Hey, you guys, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing today? If you're new to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Like as I always tell y'all, please do subscribe and please click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Wait, you subscribed because I spoke to Claudia Jordan? I was wondering where you went, and your Patreon is gone too, Juanita. What's up with that? Let me explain. All right, so um, I'm a fan of their show. I'm a fan of Funka Geneva, and then like I grew to like Al Reynolds because he's very smart. He says, he's and a jack of all trades in like every single thing in life. And I watch their show as well. And so usually after their show, she goes on Instagram Live, and y'all, I was waiting a whole hour. Just to see because she was accepting people, to come on. But I'm curious as to why you're upset as to, uh, like why, since I wanted to be a part of their show, why you unsubscribed when you've been on here, Juanita, and you talk to, the fan base on here, like Miss Banks, I believe, was on at that time, and Torio was on. So I don't understand why you unsubscribed. But anyways, before I play the video, I want to say that there was a DMX situation that did occur, and then I kind of was like, I think I said something to the effect of, I bet like Claudia Jordan is like happy about the whole DMX situation or something, or relief about it. And then that's when she went in my DMs and was like, "Don't scold me, sir," or whatever. But I was emphasizing there's two things I don't really talk about, or I feel like there's boundaries, and one of them is children. And the other thing is I don't mess with people, like I don't mess with death at all. Like, and so I'm not really sure what she wanted to get out of it because, when the whole situation happened, nobody knew about it. Like TMZ didn't even know about it. Different sources, nobody knew about it. So then she deleted the tweet and people got on her. But so, we had a cordial discussion about it. I'm not sure if she wanted clicks out of the tweet. I'm not really sure. Because I remember when Michael Clark Duncan, Omarosa's ex-husband that passed away. I remember when he passed, and then Claudia went on the Wendy Williams show, and I think there was like a mishap about, her posting "rest in peace" on Instagram to Michael Clark Duncan. So, some people do things because, they want, I'm not sure, they may want clicks, you know what I mean? And then, and if death is part of that situation, or even kids sometimes, unfortunately, is part of that situation. I'm not saying that's her, but what I'm saying is, hell, I do it too, but not for kids or death. Like, my notion is clickbait titles sometimes, and you guys call me out on it. So I'm not innocent at all whatsoever. But so I'm not really sure what was in her mind. I'm not sure if she wanted to trend, because I think she did trend. A lot of people dragged her. But we had a conversation yesterday on IG Live, and I'm a fan of their show. Like, I like their show because it's like a good trio. And what's it call it? We had a cordial conversation. She didn't recognize me at first. I was like, yeah, we had a DM discussion. She thanked me, and I'm just like, I'm curious as to why someone as beautiful as her is insecure, like, with negative comments. I think because, she did bring up she's an empath, and I am as well. And I've been on this channel since 2016, and literally probably within during this pandemic, I've started to like get feisty when I see comments that I don't like. And I'm just like, Jordan, you've been on this channel for so long. Why are you now just looking at comments and getting mad? But now I'm at this point where I just don't really care anymore. It wasn't because of the pandemic as to why the comments bothered me. It didn't really bother me. I just don't like when people comment stupid stuff or say stupid things that I didn't say. But yeah, so I can understand her disposition on that about, having people like, comments affect you. Me personally, I don't care. Like, I don't care about the comments. It's more about I just get pissed off when people say stupid ish. You know what I mean? You know, because more than likely those people, they're not going to come on here and debate you. They're not going to come on here and express their views. They're probably like a 60-year-old granny or a 60-year-old old man living in their basement or whatnot. But did y'all enjoy the interview yesterday with the Palestinian actress and comedian? And Juanita, I'm mad at you though, because I don't see you as one of those comments people. I see you as like, you know, a friend. You came on this channel, so you unsubscribed because that's crazy. That's a little crazy that you did that, you know. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed that interview yesterday about what Jennifer Jaje. If anybody's in like Burbank, California, it's in my description box. My previous videos in the description, so the tickets are cheap. Jimmy Dore is going to be there, so many other successful comedians as well is going to be there as well. It's on June 16th, and so I'm like, Juanita, that's kind of messed up that you unsubscribed. So no, she. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the clip. But I'm kind of upset that because Juanita, that's, you know, you my homegirl. Like, you know, why would you do that? You know, but I know there's like these rumors. There's rumors out there about her and Gary Owens, and then the wife, Kenya Owens, getting pissed off about it and everything. Even when Gary Owens was on Wendy, she even like was shocked and upset that Gary Owens spoke about, you know, certain situations. And like, I can't comment. I don't like, I don't know why there's a rumor as to like why she was with Gary Owens, because that's like, to me, like, I don't see that as being true. Like, I have great intuition, and you know, there's actually a story out there that I wanted to talk about that I saw with her, but like I never talked about it. But like, you know, she seemed like, you know, she a cool person. But this is the thing, because I feel like when you are a woman or even a man and you're befriending, you are befriending somebody in a heterosexual relationship, I think that's a no-no, because there's a high chance as to somebody's going to be insecure about it. Like, for instance, I had a situation where I would go to the store, a chick would work overnight, and we formed this great relationship, great bond. It was all friendly, you know. And she, like, you know, a little bit older than me, but you know, I'm an old soul, so I like talking to people a little older than me, because a lot of people my age, we don't really connect. And she worked overnight, you know what I mean? So I'm an insomniac, dog. Y'all know me, I sleep late. So I would go to the store, I would buy stuff, we would kick it, we would talk about different stuff and everything. And basically, like, her husband is I'm not even gonna call him clingy, because that's a marriage, but you know what? I'm gonna call him clingy. The man is clingy, okay? Because like, after the pandemic hit, I didn't go there just for safety reasons, but you know, we would call each other like on the phone. And each time we would have a conversation, her husband would call her, and she'd be like, yeah, man, like, you know, my husband called me, whatever. And then and mind you, I met her husband, and you know, he's cool people. I met him, you know, face to face. We shook hands and everything. The man is like in his late 40s, right? And so, like, out of the blue, she stopped texting me. Like, we stopped being in contact. We stopped everything. And you know, as a man, I know that messaging that her husband probably told her, don't call him anymore, you know, don't contact anymore. So, because like, there's always a sense of insecurity in a relationship, that there's probably, you know, 9 times out of 10, one, or even there's going to be one person in a heterosexual, even like, it don't matter, homosexual, heterosexual relationship, that's going to be insecure, whatever. And like, I met this man. This man has a child that's like in his early 20s, not really that much, you know, years on me, you know, because I'm in my late 20s. So, you know, so I feel like with Claudia, I think that kind of happened with her, because like, she had this great bond with Gary Owens, and then I'm sure she had a great bond. I'm not sure, but I think maybe, but Gary Owens, I'm sure she had a better bond with him. And so when this divorce, you know, kind of like leached out, separated apart after like 20 something years, now you're just pointing blames at different people. And you got to understand, the man's a comedian. Like, you know, they travel, you know, I mean, a lot of men do cheat, not saying, you know, so like, I understand the whole notion as to, you know, why, you know, people will kind of like put her in that category as to, okay, well, you know, she could probably be X, Y, and Z, or she could probably be the reason because she's beautiful. She used to be a model and they're friends. But at the same time, like, why does somebody always blame the side chick or the side dude as to why the marriage did not work? You should always look at your partner. You need to have a conversation with your partner. Don't sit here and point names at different people in a relationship, you know. And that's my whole notion, and that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry for talking too much. I'm going to play the clip for y'all, and y'all can form y'all opinions on whatever. Hold on, I'm trying to play it. Yeah, so hold on. Yeah, y'all can hear. Can y'all hear?
Like one bad comment make you forget about all the hundreds of good comments. So I'd be trying to like really show light and get in and put a light on the positive comments. That is so beautiful. Like I be thinking people don't like me. And then when you have someone like that on that's like been checking for you or following you or supporting you for so long, I'm just gonna say I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, like for real, it really like means a lot to me. It really does. Because it's so easy to be negative, like these two hoe ass motherfuckers in these comments, right? I'm positive and zen with a pinch of fuck you, right? But like for the most part, everyone's just dope and just nice and supportive and want to see a sister win. And usually the people that are being negative are just trying to get attention. You know what I mean? So we just gonna focus on the nice people here, the positive people here, the people that are just, you know, they about love. Like we got enough shit out in the world to have to come on the line internet while we home in the comfort of our own homes and be attacked. So what I'm gonna do is, to you bitches, and all bitches ain't women, I believe it's you men that are being negative, we're gonna get you out. What's up, Sharice Mills? Follow Sharice Mills, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. Jeffrey Reed, love you back. That you were so dope. You know, we're just gonna start ignoring you negative people, and eventually you're gonna go away, and no one's really gonna check for you, and you thrive off attention. So we're going to kick off Tyler. Goodbye, you're gone. Let's see. Add me in a way hour. All right, Joa Media. Let's go. Let's bring Joa Media on. Let's see what Joa Media has to say. We're gonna bring you on for a little bit. I'm trying to get like 3 more people on. Joa Media.
What's up, Claudia?
What's up? How you doing?
All right, I had to get out of my car because it was dark. How you doing?
Good. Where are you?
I'm in New Orleans. You know where I'm at. I hit you up on Twitter all the time.
What's is your name on Twitter the same thing? Because I know your face.
It's JOA on Twitter and it's JOA_media on Instagram right here.
Well, I certainly recognize your face as soon as I saw him. Like, I know him from somewhere. What's
yeah,
up?
We had a little private DM about the whole DMX situation. You know, I didn't mean to you said don't scold you, but I didn't mean it like that. It's just because I do what you do. I'm on YouTube as well. Like I said, JOA on YouTube.
Yep.
I just got boundaries, you know, when I talk about certain things, and kids is number 1 and death is number 2, you know. So my whole notion was wait until the family release information. And I know you discussed it that you knew something, you know, behind the scenes privately about the situation.
Yeah. I don't want to keep bringing it up because I want the family to be able to
you don't have to.
But just real quick to people who like really didn't hear my explanation. A family member reached out to one of my friends, and that's why I thought it was okay. And I immediately took it down and apologized once I realized they didn't put the official statement out until 2 days later. But listen, I was a fan of DMX, and I just, you know,
everybody was.
We're in a different time now where things happen. We run on social media, and that's an unhealthy thing that we do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to stop. And then when Black Rob died, I didn't say anything for days because I was scared. Like, And I'm like,
yeah, I mean, and even when Omarosa husband died, and you were on Wendy, and you brought up the fact, and I think that came out of love, because he's not, he's behind the scenes, he's not really famous, so, but I think y'all had an issue with that, you two, about the whole husband situation, about you posting rest in peace to Clark, what's his name, Clark Duncan?
Well, he was famous. He's a
This
movie
was a
star.
while back. I've been looking at y'all for a long time.
The issue with her is she's full of shit. So when we went, there was no private funeral. She had a whole camera crew there and a red carpet. And then when we had a falling out afterwards, and then she needed to make up a reason why there was a beef. And then she said, "Oh, I posted very respectful far back." Let me tell you something. When I tell you homegirl had a photographer at the body, it was very tacky. But I don't want to. We're gonna move on from that. But anyways, really? I'll tell you. We can talk on DM. It was.
I also want to say, can I just say this? I also want to say, because I'm Palestinian American, I'm first generation. My parents, they're from Palestine, and I see you in your Instagram, and you talk about the whole notion of humanistically, Palestinians deserve their rights too. They deserve to be treated like human, and you know how it is. Sometimes down here in the media, we're automatically given the notion of being an anti-Semite or anti-Semitic, and I just want to appreciate you for doing the good. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't like how I know America and Israel, we're allies, but that doesn't mean we can't defend the human beings, the Palestinians. We don't have humans are humans, and we are full of shit if we don't put our foot down and actively defend the Palestinians that they're walking home from school, getting bombed. They're getting their homes broken into, and
I just had somebody on my show today that's a Palestinian comedian, actress on my YouTube channel, Joa, and she spent over a year in Gaza. She's first generation Palestinian like me, but she lived in Gaza for over a year back in 2000 before the whole notion with Bill Clinton and Yasser Arafat doing the peace deal. And she was speaking, the ish that the media really doesn't talk about. They just show you that one side.
Well, everyone's afraid to say anything against Israel in America, and it's not against Israel per se. It's against the terrorists.
I was watching videos in New York about the supposed Arabs going to Jews, and I'm like, dude, y'all can't be doing that stuff. Y'all see what the media do when they what the right do specifically when things happen during like Black Lives Matter protests. Even if there was like 94% peaceful protests, they picked that 7% in places like Colorado, I believe, that had riots and looting, and so they're going to generalize Black people for that. You see what I mean? Exactly. So I tell people this all the time. On my show, that's possible. I'm like, y'all need to stop doing that shit in New York. That's not a positive thing to do. Because they're going to pick that one scope of situation, and they're going to paint everybody with the same brush.
1000%, and it is a damn shame what's happening over there and here.
I've been Palestinian for 28 years, and I'm glad, social media has its pros and cons. But what I'm glad is, social media has its pros and cons, but at the same time, its pros is now the actual news organizations, they can no longer control the narrative that they've been controlling for the past 73 plus years. This has been going on for so long, and a lot of people around my age and even older don't know anything about Palestine. They're talking about critical race theory. Governor DeSantis is banning that in schools. They don't even teach you the proper allocations of history in school. They don't teach you any of that stuff at all. They skirt over my people, the Ottoman Empire. They don't talk about anything. After the Holocaust, they just skirt over the situation. And, so the fact that they're wasting their time trying to get rid of critical race theory is absurd, because you can't get rid of the truth. There's a thing called the internet now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's going to come to you no matter what. The algorithm speaks for itself. It's going to come to you. And so kids are going to see the real no matter what. You can't change that. This isn't the 1900s anymore. This isn't early 90s when the internet came and it was a little bit more controlled. It's not like that anymore.
Before I let you go, I'm just gonna say this: Ron DeSantis is a fuck boy, and he's one of the worst governors America has
I'm from
had.
Florida, and I hate to like talk badly about my state because I'm from that area, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and it's always been a red state. There's been speculation for the longest, about, just before the whole Trump era about there being a rigging election during the Al Gore time and the Bush time, there's speculation as well. Sorry for talking over you, but yeah, like
he's awful. Brian Kemp, Ron DeSantis, and now our governor here in Texas, Greg Abbott. He needs to roll his ass on out of here the next election. DeSantis is an idiot, and Brian Kemp. I mean, I cannot wait for his karma to come in the form of Stacey Abrams beating him for governor.
Right.
So thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate you. Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
I did a TJIF appreciation video. I mean, I holler at you at Twitter all the time, and you like my stuff and stuff like that. So I love the show. Like the other guy said, it makes you escape what's going on in the news. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like the past 2 weeks and a half, like I was super teary-eyed, based on, what's going on overseas, in Palestine. Because, I have family over there as well. And I'm just like, watching you guys and just watching the show and everything, and just watching entertainment news stuff that requires zero brain cells for the most part, just that it just takes all the the negativity in the mind and everything.
Well, we need a
shout out to everybody in the comments.
And,
y'all important too, and don't worry about that dude. That dude got a whole picture of Home Alone, the Home Alone character. Don't worry about that dude, man, or chick or whatever.
Before you go, what's your YouTube channel so people can follow?
JOA, youtube.com/JOA in the search bar, or if you just want to go on YouTube, just type in JOA, and then my face is right there.
Well, I'm glad we were able to have a debate, a respectful debate. I can talk to anyone.
This wasn't debate. This was a conversation.
No, I mean on Twitter. So I'm glad that we,
Oh nah, dog! You came at me and you was like, "Don't scold me, sir." I'm like, "Wait, this is the first time an actual celebrity's private messaging me, whatever." And I'm like,
I pay attention. Boy, they was dragging me hard, and it was.
I was like, I'm Palestinian in my bio is on Twitter and say Palestinian America. I was like, she probably gonna give me that stereotypical Arab shit, how they treat women.
No.
Don't be trolling me.
No. But I'm human too. You know what I mean? And when you have constant lies about you, like you're a homewrecker, you're a this, you're a that, you broke up this marriage, you said this too early about DMX, we're canceling you. It's like I'm one of the good guys, I think. Leave me, you know what I mean? But we good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like I said, there's two things I don't mess with is people dying and children. I don't talk about even talking about Trump kids. I view them as fucking, excuse my language. I view them as children, like Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, Ivan. It's just because that's what they are. I mean, they didn't grow up living paycheck to paycheck, paying bills, everything was given to them. It's all through nepotism. You see what I mean?
Right.
And so I even feel uncomfortable talking about them. And I know like the Ivanka from being all celebrity and princess, but I'm just like, beautiful woman and stuff. But I mean, that whole Middle Eastern piece, BS, is full of shit. And it pisses me off that even people on the left, when it came out, that they're like, oh, Jared Kushner peace deal wasn't true. I'm like, dude, that man has 10,000 units in Baltimore. A lot of them are rat infested, mold infested. During the pandemic, while there was a halt on rent, allegedly, his management team sent letters forcing, allegedly, tenants to pay their rent, otherwise they'll be evicted, and I'm just like, if he can't even manage 10,000 Baltimore units in Baltimore, he has no degree in international diplomacy, no degree in politics. Why the hell are you going to overseas talking to different prime ministers? Like, why? Like, you don't know what you're doing. You see what I mean? And obviously what played out shows the truth,
It's a disaster, and I need them to stop. I don't care about Hunter Biden, who's a drug addict, when you have never, not you, but society has not checked Jared, Eric, Don Jr., Ivanka, for all the shady shit they've been doing. It's a known fact. Hunter Biden has an issue with
I
drugs.
told Dr.
And he's
Hill,
gonna,
I was like, nah, dog, you gotta have the same. I told him, you know, you can't pick and choose when to choose the N-word. I'm like, you gotta have the same juxtaposition because, you know, he is still part of the first family, although he's a little older. I mean, when you are at the highest power of the land, there comes responsibility with that, and that comes with the children's as well, regardless if you are a minor or if you're an adult. That's just how I feel.
yeah.
You know.
Well, we can have a conversation. No, we'll have to do part 2 on this because my battery's dying. But thank you so much. It was good talking to you.
My bad. You know, I see you on, you know, and Meghan McCain, that girl get on my nerves, dog. That's a whole nother story.
We'll discuss her next week. But thank you.
Yeah, I want to be on your show. I'd really appreciate it if, you know, but like I said, I love this talk.
Me too.
And thank you so much.
I don't know if we're doing it again because it was the fans were they went in on the last one, but we're trying to figure it out. But you would definitely be good.
If you don't, that's fine. I would actually reach out and see if I can bring you on my channel and interview you.
Okay.
And
send me a
got
message.
your brain if you don't mind.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I don't know how to do it. You have to X yourself out. I don't know how to do it. Okay. All right, y'all. My battery's dying, but that was fun. Listen, you know what I love about my followers? I don't want to call you followers, but supporters. We can have shady ass conversations. We can talk shit. We can joke. We can have emotional conversations. We can have political conversations. And I really enjoy the kind of people that I have that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? I think we're all kind of similar. Like we're kind of like well-rounded. So I don't know if I have time to take one more. Oh, and Anthony's country.
Anyways, y'all, like that was the whole like situation. The live was actually for like over an hour, but I was the last person to get on her live. Like I literally waited like over an hour. And at first I thought she was ignoring me because I wasn't really sure if she remembered the whole DMX, but even the whole DMX message wasn't even that bad. Like she came in my message saying, "Don't scold me, sir," and everything. But like my whole disposition is this, is just because there's a lot of people in relationships that aren't secure. So when you have a beautiful Black woman like befriending somebody in a relationship that has a Black woman in that relationship, more than likely one or the other is I don't know. Like I'm not saying the woman's gonna get insecure, but somebody in that relationship may not have the maturity of saying, okay, I trust my husband or I trust my wife or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, I know there's like a whole question as to whether or not men and women could be friends, like platonic friends while they're married. You know, that's a whole discussion that people have for many years, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I think it's messed up that her name is being brought up in a whole, like, you know, marriage situation, you know, and stuff like that. If you didn't really have any involvement in the breakup, like, so, like, I don't know. You know, I mean, there's speculation out there that he allegedly did something, that he allegedly cheated. I don't know. I know he was on Wendy, and I could felt that he was awkward, Gary Owens, when he was on the Wendy show. And I was reading the comments, and a lot of people were saying, you know what, if he did not have something to promote on the show, like his comedian tour or maybe a movie, then he would probably never showed up, because it was very kind of like awkward. And you could tell during the whole interview that, you know, when Wendy was trying to holler, that he wasn't really feeling it. Like you can just tell when a man is not feeling it. You know, he was like, nah, you know, he blamed it on not trying to start rumors with social media. But so technically that is cheating. In my view, actually not in my view, that is cheating. That's cheating. If you are still married to somebody, legally you're still married to somebody, and you have somebody trying to holler at you, and your reason it being is because, well, social media may cause a storm about that, so let's not do that. Let's talk about it off there. That's cheating. I'm sorry. I do recall Wendy Williams saying that, you know, she's at her age where, you know, when you're old enough and somebody is separated and, you know, they're going through a divorce, she really don't have time to wait for the papers to happen. But me personally, I view it differently. It's definitely cheating. Well, she already addressed Gary Owen on that live. That live is over an hour long, Anna. And so I was the last one. I waited over an hour just for her to accept my. Look, this is my first time on IG Live. I didn't know how to do it. I just, oh, this is how you send a request. I send a request, and you know, she accepted it. So she already talked about the Gary Owens situation, like on Fox Soul TGIF. She talked about it, and then she talked about it a little bit on the live. Yeah, she talked about on the live. Like she mentioned, like when Gary Owens' wife needed a hairdresser, like Claudia Jordan gave her, like called her hairdresser and gave her name is Kenya Owens, Claudia's hairdresser. Like she was nice enough to call her hairdresser and nah, use mine. So like, yeah, dog, I waited over an hour. You know, that is commitment. So she already addressed that. It's not really, it's a non-story. Well, she is trending. I'm not gonna lie. Like she's trending. Like she is trending in the social media sphere, because literally when you go on, if you do a marketing research and you type in her name, it's like it's high in search, because like the divorce has been, you know, I don't know, it hasn't been like behind the scenes. It's been out there in the media. So, but now, like, I don't know what her mind was when she wrote Rip DMX. You know, she did mention that a family member told her about it, you know, on the IG Live and stuff like that. Well, I mentioned it and stuff, that she told me that. And, you know, I think that's the truth, maybe. I'm not really sure. I don't know. But it's like if the family didn't post a statement, and if the website, I mean, TMZ is usually the first people. They don't give a damn. They don't care if the family posts a statement or not. TMZ is always, they don't care. Like, they have no soul. They'll post somebody dying. Like, they don't give a damn. No matter what, if the families talked about it, no matter what, if law enforcement is involved, they'll get ahead of everybody and post everything, you know. But she put that on Twitter, and then she deleted it, and then that's when. But I saw it right when she posted it on Twitter, you know. So like, but not like my intuition towards her. I think she cool people. I think in a way, well, I'm not gonna say in a way, because now I feel like I'm clouding my judgment. I think she can dish it, but she can't take it sometimes. That's the thing. Like, you know, you are in this industry, so you know you are propelled for different commentaries and different people coming at you in negative ways. So like, I tell people all the time, I know everybody want to know if I'm in a relationship. I know everybody want to ask questions and everything about my personal life. And like, I had a subscriber say that, why do people always try to find out about? I'm like, well, that comes with the territory. Like, I can't be mad about that. If I'm coming on here talking about political stuff or entertainment stuff, and I'm expecting on the other end not for you guys to get curious about me, that's not fair. That's not balanced. You know what I mean? And that's a hypocrisy on my part. So I understand the whole situation. I had a friend who got married and stopped being friends with me because his wife wasn't okay with it. Yeah, so I was telling people I had that situation, but I met her husband. We actually started talking. Well, first of all, before the pandemic happened, we was chilling for like probably a year. Like, I would go, like, she worked overnight. I would go there to get food, because my fat ass, I would get different shit to eat, whatever. And then her husband would come in like every now and then like, you know, like once or twice we shook hands and like we were talking and stuff like that. And like after the pandemic hit, like I didn't go there for safety reasons. So like we would call, like I called her workplace on the phone, and we just ended up exchanging numbers. And this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. We would just be talking about random stuff, what's going on in the news. We'd be talking about, you know, different things, whatever. And then about like several times, and we would talk overnight, her husband would always call. Her husband is like, I don't know, he's like leeching on her, like clingy, whatever. She was like, yeah, man, like my husband, he's calling me, and I call you back. And I'm like, oh Lord, like no problem, whatever. But the last time we spoke, I remember saying my husband was calling me, and then the voice that she made was very like, was like, damn, he calling me again? Because I don't know what man calls his wife at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you know, because she works overnight. I don't know, like all the time, like consistently, like more than once in a day. I felt like he was doing it, whatever. But she didn't give me a reason as to why we didn't talk. But as a man, I know that her husband probably said, don't talk to him anymore. Like, I know that for a fact, because he was like, each time I call you, you're always on the phone with that boy. Like, don't talk to him anymore. Mind you, this girl is like in her late 30s. She's almost 40. Her husband's like in his early 40s, maybe like close to mid 40s. And he has a son that's like literally in his early 20s, like, you know, not far from my age. So like, we just cool and we kicking it. We just talking about different stuff. And like, you know, I'm friendly. I don't have any friends or whatever. So we just like, we kicking it, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. So with a Claudia situation, it's like, you know, they've been married for over 20 years. We really didn't hear nothing about Claudia and him until like after the divorce. And so that's what I'm saying. When you are a single person, or even if you're attached, when you are a person and you are befriending the person of the opposite sex in a marriage, 9 times out of 10, like a high percentage, things are going to go awry. Like, you know, you're going to be a blame, or, you know, you may like end up ending that friendship and stuff. And it's not that, you know, it's not that I didn't want to be friends with her husband, because like I never really saw him or whatever. Like I didn't mind. Like I don't care. It's whatever. You know, I like if he wanted to kick and be cool, like I'd have been cool with him too. It's just the fact that, you know, I would always consistently go to the store and buy stuff. And I make friends with the cashier. And then if that leads to exchanging numbers or whatever, then, you know, I'll do it. Like the store that I go to now, like this other person, like she's married too. She was like, you know, we should go, because she know I was on this weight loss journey like 2 months ago before I started this one that I've been on for 3 weeks. She was like, she's like, yeah, you know, if you want to go walking, whatever. And I was like, yeah, but you married, your husband might feel some type of way. She's like, nah, like, no, he won't. Like, we friends, we cool, whatever. But I never took that route. I never called her or whatever, because I just don't want to have, you know, I don't want to have that happen. You see what I mean? And then at the same time, it's like, that's the store I go to. It's not too far from my house. And so like, if something does end, like if the relationship does end, I don't want to go there and see your face. You know what I mean? If it's like that. So, you know, it's hard out here, y'all. It's hard out here to make like friends where people don't really feel insecure about other people. It's like, why question the person, AKA me, or why question, he didn't question me, but I'm just saying in general, why question the side person, allegedly, not even if they're a side person, why question somebody that's an actual platonic friend when you need to question your partner? Like, if you don't have trust in your partner, well, you need to work on your marriage. You probably need to go seek therapy. Y'all need to talk ish out, or y'all just need to call it quits. If it's too, you know, strainy, or if it's too like high tense, you see what I mean? So, you know, but yeah, so it is what it is. So I just keep to myself, and yeah, I'm you know, I'm trying to make connections, dog. I've been trying for a long time, you know, it's on and off. I appreciate it. But Miss Banks says, my hubby's no saint, but he's close to one. We have complete and totally trust among us. Well, that's good. So you're secure about relationship, and your husband drives trucks, right? You know, so that's really a strong relationship there. Because even a lot of people, comedians, people that be driving trucks, they go to different countries, they get these hotels, they be hooking up with people. So it's like, I remember that Yasser Arafat, Issa Gharaibin, and Bill Clinton met up in the White House back then. You always say you're not new. I know, I never said you are. I'm just saying a lot of people don't really know the situation. And I understand, because, you know, John Cena the other day apologized when he said something to the effect of that Taiwan is a country, when I think Taiwan is occupied by China. So he went on, like, he's promoting the Fast and Furious movie. So he went on record and was like, I apologize. And not only did he apologize, he spoke in I believe Mandarin Chinese, you know, because I know there's different types of languages in Chinese. There's Mandarin and there's like Cantonese, I believe. So he spoke in Chinese, right? And so like, Claudia didn't mention that you get in trouble when you say when you're defending Palestinians, or let's say if you say like Free Palestine, and she's right about that. You know, Mark Ruffalo, a very prominent actor, wrote a nice statement on Twitter defending Palestinians. A day or so later, he went back on Twitter and apologized, saying, after thinking this through, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, dude, I'm sure your production company, your team, whatever, probably called you and said you're in hot water now for saying what you just said. So like nah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I call these people chicken shit. That's what I call them. You know, I call these people chicken shit, and you know, That's the whole notion on that. And Juanita, I'm gonna put you on blast. You unsubscribed because I talked to Claudia Jordan. Really? Really? I didn't know she worked for Fox News. I have to look that up. So it's like, and in the clip, in the IG clip that y'all just saw, she was talking about Hunter Biden saying the N-word and stuff like that. And a lot of Democrats are like, well, why should we care about it? He's not president. And one of those people were, his name's not Eric, is Mark Lamont Hill, Dr. Hill, she. And I tweeted him, I was like, nah, dude, you gotta have the same energy. You can't pick and choose when someone should use the N-word. That's why I brought up to Claudia. I'm like, when you are at the highest power of land, when you are the president of the United States, it doesn't matter if your child is 40-something or a minor, you are a part of that. You are still a part of that team. Like y'all know this, when someone becomes president, all the time, the family becomes very tight-knit. You see what I mean? It's a tight-knit family. You see what I mean? And so when one person says something outlandish or controversial, then that gets to the president and he's for the blame. So that's the same thing with Hunter Biden. You can't be sending texts and stuff like that saying the N-word, and people on the left like Dr. Hill, who talks about Black issues and Black relations, don't say ish about it. You can't do that. But I don't even think he said Nigger. I think he said Nigga. And thank you for the thank you, Cadillac, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't even think he said Nigger. He said Nigga. And I tell y'all this all the time. That word is very popular here in the South. It's like, it means like my friend, my homie, like my G, like, you know, we kicking it, whatever. But me personally, I don't use that word. So like, I'm not justifying him, but I'm just saying it doesn't look right, specifically because of your father's record towards Black people back in the day, and hell right now. You know, he's just doing it because, you know, Black people voices are heard, and, you know, there's Black Twitter, you can be canceled. So, you know, I tell you this all the time. It's not that Biden cares about Black people. It's because he has no other choice, because he knows y'all make up 13% of the population. And he knows within like 30 years, no president has won an election without the Black vote. So he has to fall in line and put aside his racial beliefs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the whole situation on that. Like you can't pick and choose when to use the N-word. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't know the whole, I don't, like I said, I don't, it's crazy because, like I said, I didn't read the text, but I was reading, like, it said Nigga. It didn't say that he used ER. I think had he used ER, it would have been a different narrative. But it's like, when you are on television, or when you are like in a public eye, you are automatically seen as, these days, canceled. So people hold you to higher accountability. But in like real life, in a realistic life, if you coming down here in New Orleans, or, you know, whatever part of Louisiana, that word people say all the time. I mean, like the other day, this dude had a blast of music with a truck with high ass freaking tires. A white dude, probably in his probably in his late teens, 18, 19 years old, playing loud music, and I heard the Nigga multiple times in the music. There's no outrage on that in real life. There's only outrage on social media, in the media. That's what I'm saying. So certain things in the media that are played out, like certain things that happen in the media, really doesn't have an effect on actual individuals of America. Like, people don't really give a damn. I had one guy told me I can call him the Nigger if I wanted to, because we cool. I'm like, no, what you talking about? I'm not saying the A or the ER. You know, I'm not saying that. You see what I mean? I'm just saying it's a sensitive thing to say. And I know a lot of people say, well, why won't they take it out in music? Well, what I say to that is, why won't you mind your damn business? Like, why the fact that Black people that say in their music, why does that bother you as a non-Black person to have that justification as to why you say it? That should not bother you. Like, you see what I mean? So I don't know. It's a whole conversation. It's a whole discussion. I personally, I don't like the word or whatever. But some people don't care. Some people say it. A lot of Black people, they're fine with it. I just think it's a huge outrage in the media. I just think, certain, like, how the media lies about certain things, like certain things in the Middle East, or like certain stories they leech on. A lot of that stuff is clickbait, so, but in real life, I'm sure like a lot of people, like, they grew up around that where they hear it, and people just like some people say N-word please, like N-word please, like N-I-G-G-A please. Like I hear that a lot here, like, so I'm just like, I don't think, and when I say real life, I mean no cameras, like no media, like real life. You are in real life going about your day, hanging and kicking it with your friends. People say the N-word, but it's not an outrage. I feel like look, I'm in this industry. The media sometimes uses certain things for clickbait, for outrage, for false outrage. And one of those false outrage is the N-I-G-G-A. It's wearing the damn mask, because a lot of people wear the mask. I mean, come on now, we really didn't have a mask problem. And it's like shit that goes on in the Middle East. Fake outrage about, Palestinians and stuff like that, being the T word in the situation, being the terrorists or whatever in the situation, whatever, for the past so long, which I told her the media controlled the narrative for so damn long. You see what I mean? Had social media not been here, y'all would not even know. A lot of y'all, 90% of y'all will not even know what's going on over there. That's what I'm saying. You see what I mean? But the media controlled the narrative for so long. CNN controlled that narrative for so long, where they just showed certain things that goes over there, and they use titles that are pro-Israel, and they're biased towards the situation. All you gotta do is ask Dr. Hill for what he said at a UN speech. What he said: free Palestine from river to sea. That doesn't mean take over like the whole land and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that. It means Palestinians should have the same rights and the same treatment as the Jews do over there. You know what I mean? So that's what that means. It's not saying they call that a terrorist thing to say. No, it's not a terrorist thing to say. I had a chick on here yesterday, that talked about it. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain rights. If you are born on the West Bank, your ass is going to stay there. Doesn't matter if you don't have the resources on the other side of the territory, you're going to have to make life living there. You know what I mean? So, but the media really doesn't touch on that. So now what we're doing is we're relying on social media. What do you mean? Am I getting closer to a background screen? You mean like the back stuff right here? I'm just saying, I think she left because I know one person mentioned on her live saying she left Real Housewives of Atlanta because it was getting too toxic, and the person called her polished because like she's too polished for that show. It's so tricky. It is, but I'm just saying what I'm saying is, Cableton, that there is, I don't know. I don't know if I should call it fake outrage, because usually when ish does happens where somebody used the N-word, it's Black Twitter that gets pissed off. But to me, that's media too. That's part of the media. You see what I mean? Like this whole situation, which I wanted to do a video about Chris Harrison justifying, the man that's been on The Bachelor as a host for 19 years, justifying the woman that's with that Black Bachelor, that she went to this antebellum party and, and stuff like that. He said, well, this is what it pissed me off. Like, it literally like pissed me off when I watched that video. And she handled it well. He was like, well, that was in 2018. So it didn't matter in 2018. But if it would happen now in 2021, it wouldn't matter. I'm like, dude, so are you honestly, from what I'm getting from your stupid ass commentary from what he said, was that it's a trend. It wasn't trendy in 2018 to be canceled about doing Black, going to an antebellum party, doing a party that was based about, Black people being a part of plantations and stuff like that. Like, so that pissed me off when he said that, you know what I mean? And shame on me because, dog, I'm in New Orleans. There's antebellum plantation. There's plantations here. Like, that whole situation, that's from the South. So I'm just like, I just looked it up today and I'm like, dude, I can go and visit like these plantations and go on a tour and like learn more on the history. I'm like, well, I never done that. That's something that I would love to do. Go on a tour and everything. She had an issue and a fight with Nene on. Yeah, I think that's what happened. But like I said, I didn't really watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Nene, there was a rumor that the show that she has now, TGIF, with Al Reynolds and Funky Geneva, there was like a lot of people were saying she stole that idea from Nene. But Nene actually came out and said that, I didn't see the clip, but I was watching an IG live where Claudia justified it, whatever. Nene was like, nah, Claudia didn't steal the show. She's doing her own thing. So then Claudia said her 2 cents was like, so gave her an amicable response for saying that, saying, I appreciate you. Good luck with your restaurant and so on and so forth. Oh, yes, my hubby is a truck driver and he drives locally and comes home daily. And if he do step out our union, we'll try to work it out the first time. If it commences, the relationship is done. So, oh, come on, Ms. Banks. Now I'm questioning y'all relationship. You're saying, so basically you're giving him a chance. You're giving him a chance. If he steps out the relationship, then it's like, so basically you're giving him a flyby. Like he can, that's how I'm seeing it. I think it depends. I think if y'all want to send me super chats, please do. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I think it depends. Like I said, it's like we always say, black people aren't a monolith. So like some black people, they may be fine with someone's calling them like they NIGGA or whatever. And then let me unplug this because I don't want it to mess up. And then other people may not like. Hold on, y'all. These are the lights that I got. They nice. Y'all see them? Wait, not this light. These are nice lights that I got the other day. I need to put them down, but I don't know how to. But anyways, and other people may not like, it just depends on where you are. Like if I go up to somebody and see, I got a certain swag to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie. Like when I'm out in public, like sometimes I look intimidating for a lot of people. I got a certain swag to me when I'm walking or whatever, So if 9 times out of 10, if I went up to somebody and be like, NIGGA, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be a fight about it. You know what I mean? Because I got a certain swag, but I think if it's somebody that's Mormon, like I'm going to say Mormon looking, like, the people with the little ties and everything, whatever, a white person, whatever, you got somebody and say that they don't have that certain edges, that certain swag to them. But just me, I try not to even like get involved or say that because like, I don't know. It's just stupid, Oh, she did an interview with Michelle. Oh, I'm going to watch that. That's cool. The only human you can really trust is a child in your stomach. I go through life on my morals and my beliefs. But I mean, it's like, Ms. Banks, the fact that you said if he do cheat, like we'll work it out. And then if it doesn't go that route, then it's done. So I'm just like, that's saying that you're giving him a freebie in my view. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they do project another color, but my favorite color is blue. It actually, what the lights do, these lights were over $300, okay? You can download it on your phone, and while I'm on camera, I can mess with the lights like on my phone, so then I don't have to get up, but I don't know how to do it on my phone. Like, it didn't work for me. Yeah, but if cheating never occurred, and you're saying, well, if he does cheat, I'm going to give him or her a second chance, to me, that's like you're giving somebody a free pass. True. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get involved. Like, it's like, yeah, I like blue. But yeah, now if I put it on an actual camera, like y'all saw my TGIF thing on my Instagram page, it will look like I have a green screen. Like if I had an actual, because I'm using a webcam, if I had an actual camera with good video quality, it wouldn't look like this. Like you see like the blue here, it would look like the blue behind me. It wouldn't look like my wall or anything like it looks now. So but yeah, I just wanted to come on here, but like it was really nice. It was over an hour that I waited, dog. Like, But I do appreciate the whole TGIF because I did bring up the fact about that, and a lot of y'all didn't like the person. Well, a lot of people were like, don't have another person on, have a trio, and I think the reason why people didn't like a fourth person was because the person that they chose, she wasn't really articulate. She didn't really know the topics. She was on there drinking wine. You know, it's like she's not really, I don't know. Some people don't like the camera or whatever, so it was a little bit awkward. But I mean, if you choose somebody, if you vet people and choose somebody that's in the industry or maybe that's fine, you know, being on camera, I think the chemistry would be better. That's what I'm saying. Because she was like, well, we're going to have to see about it. We're going to have to try something else or do something about it, whatever. Because the other person, a lot of fans didn't like it, you know. And I think with her, like, you know, she really wasn't really well versed in the topics, or, you know, the articulation wasn't there. I don't know, like the chemistry was just off, you know. So no, I'm not. You have to understand, like, nothing's guaranteed. No, I understand that, but it's like for me, I guess it depends on the situation, but, you know, it depends on the level of relationship. But I don't know. It's like, you know, like, you should feel like you're the prize, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you are cheated on, you know, the fact that you are in bed with somebody thinking of that person rather than yourself, to me, that's like a sword to the stomach, all the way to the fucking stomach, in your intestines and everything. So it's like, you know, why are we together? You know what I mean? Go with that person, you know. Deuces, vaya con Dios, bye, you know, yalla, yalla, roh min hon. I'm speaking Arabic to y'all, man. But it's like, why be with that person? That's what I'm saying. You know, why be with that person? I wanted to do a video of them, just like the whole, I wanted to put it on video, but it was the whole like 13 minutes long. I'm like, you know what, it's going to take long to upload. So let me just come on live and talk about it. Yeah, but man, she's beautiful. Like, I find out, I don't like, there's a lot of beautiful people that are insecure, you know what I mean? But she's like, literally, she's a beautiful woman. I ain't gonna lie, you know? So, but at the same time, she's sensitive. And it's like, I don't give a damn what people be saying. I'm just pissed off, not on the sensitive level, that Miss Juanita, who came on here, we kicked it and everything. She unsubscribed because I wanted to be a part of TGIF, or because, you know, me and Claudia was cool. Come on, Miss Juanita. Come on now. Like, why you did that? Come on now. But anyways, y'all, it was a nice conversation. Okay, I'm gonna read this comment. As you mature and grow, you'll start seeing things more intricately. Now things are black and white. I was once like you, even worse. Time shall tell. No, I think it's a mix. I really do think it's a mix, because Jeannie Mai was like, that's her rule. Like, for instance, let me use her example. She's like, if he cheats, then she's done. Some people, that shit don't change, you know. And it's hard out here. It's hard out here to make friends. It's hard out here to find relationships. It's hard because everybody is so self-absorbed. Like, me personally, if I'm your friend, dog, like I don't know if it's a Scorpio in me. I'm just like, I'm super loyal to the core. Like, whatever you tell me, and you know, and if you're like, keep it confidential or whatever, like, that's not going to come out of my mouth. Like, shit you tell me, even if the friendship ends, like, I'm not going to say nothing, you know, because it's like, that's an attack on me, on my trust. So, but there's not a lot of people like that. A lot of people, they're just, you know, they want to be on the camera, you know, and I'm not really like that. I don't like taking pictures. You know, I don't like how I look on camera. I don't, but like, I like what I do. It is what it is. This is my first time ever going on an IG live. I've never done that before. You know, I didn't even know I could do that, you know, on my phone and everything. So it's like, you know, but the thing is, like, with me, if I want to be in this industry, I'm going to have to just make connections and do what I got to do to you know, to be on it. You know what I mean? So I had appreciated her of having me on and everything in the platform. And you could tell in a way she likes talking to her fans. Like, I like talking to y'all. You see what I mean? So, you know, you could tell with her, there's, you know, a sense of actually appreciating people, you know, and appreciating her viewers and stuff like that and stuff. And I know sometimes I get mad at y'all, and then, you know, I called y'all peasants one time, cancel me peasants or whatever, but it's like, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I don't feel like I'm doing excellent work, but like I said, because I don't give myself credit, I appreciate that, and I appreciate your super chat. Ms. Banks, throw in a C now. Throw in a C, okay? Throw in a C in the super chat. I know you said you will never settle for a cheater. I didn't say that. I said, Ms. Banks about to come on here and read me for Phil. I was reading what you wrote earlier, and you said this. Because I was like, well, truckers, a lot of them, they be cheating. You go, yes, my hubby is a trucker now, and he drives locally and comes home daily. And if he do step out of our union, we will try to work it out the first time. If it commences, then relationship is donezo. You know, so it's like, to me, by reading that, it's like if he does, you know, we'll try to work it out. Some people, they're like, they're done. Like Tamara Mora Housley, for example, she's like, we're over. Like, you know, that's it, you know. I be playing around though. Like y'all call me names too. But it's been a long start. You're not new, huh, Cableton? You just subscribed to the channel? I don't think you're new. I feel like I saw your name before. I'm not focusing on the numbers. I'm focusing on like my time frame. But then when I look at it, July 7, 2020, like July, I'm gonna say July of this pandemic, July 2020 is when I was more consistent, like super consistent. So I'm not totaling the 5 years, almost 5 years on this channel. I'm totaling like when I actually like, okay, like where I was consistent at it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I didn't put words in your mouth, Ms. Banks. I'm just saying by reading what I just posted on this video, it's like, we'll work it out if he cheats. So it's like, okay, you're giving somebody an open book to do it and then working it out. It'll be a year next month. But the thing is with YouTube is, it's like YouTube, I was reading an article about YouTube, like TikTokers, whatever, they have mental issues. And it's a thing because they feel like they need to post every single day in order to keep in line with the algorithm, not for fans, but in order to basically keep in line with the algorithm. So when I lost my Wi-Fi for 3 fucking weeks, like that fucked me up. Like that fucked me up. You know what I mean? Well, when I lost my internet for 3 weeks, and then I posted here and there, that effed me up. Oh, Ms. Banks. All right, girl, you can go ahead and cheat if you want. I'm joking. I'm joking, but look, thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't even know you was gonna send me that. I was just joking with you. Don't refund it though, but you know. But that messed me up. Like that messed up my channel. Like it put me back in a negative. So like you know, and then I watched this other YouTuber. Well, I don't really watch him, but I was looking at his channel, and he's been on YouTube for a year. Up and Adam, he interviewed that reality TV show star or whatever, or the person that was with Portia's. Basically, I think she was married to the man, and now Portia's with him. Her name's Fallon, because I really don't watch the show. And he's been on for a year, and he has over 50,000 subscribers. And I'm not comparing myself to him. You know, I'm just saying, part of it is my fault because like I love sleep too much, you know, so it's like I need to like put myself on a journal, on a schedule to get in line with that. No, I love Ms. Banks. I know we good over here. I know, like, you know, but I still stand what I say. To me, that brings an open book for him to cheat. That's what I'm saying. But no, Ms. Banks done me well, y'all. When I first moved into this apartment, a lot of shit was fucked up. Like a lot of shit, whatever. Ms. Banks is like a landlord, and she told me to, what's the name of that word, that rental term? She was like, ask for something. And I asked for it, baby, that month, my rent was half off. And it saved me several $100s. And that was because of Ms. Banks, you know, because I didn't even know that was a possibility for me to do it. What's the word, Ms. Banks? The rental term. When you first get you an apartment and then shit needs to be worked on and you're asking for a cut on your rent based on the number of times people are on your place fixing shit like maintenance and stuff like that. I forgot the name of the word. He do. Like I learned that from you. He do. And like his video, I mean, I expected it to blow up even more, but I don't think Fallon is like a big star. But I mean, they got like over 200K views and stuff like that. But I expected it to blow up, but I guess it didn't. Yeah, it is very popular, and I kind of did watch him talk about it because he was like a lot of people. Some people were on him about the interview because he was too polished. He didn't ask the right questions, and he was like a lot of people were asking why I did the interview the way I did. He's like, well, it's because I want to make connections, and this is when what Wendy Williams says right is either you got to be for the industry or you got to talk what's real. You see what I mean? So. Um, I've always told myself this. I thought I was gonna be like cruel, like very like outspoken. I don't know how y'all perceive me, but this is how I'm perceiving myself. Like I thought I was gonna be like a Wendy and whatever. And I got a mouth, but I don't think it's as bad as Wendy. Like I have boundaries, but if I need to ask you a question that I'm curious about, I'm going to ask you. Like, I'm not about to hold that off because I want to have you as a connection. I'm not doing that. That's not who I am as a person, So, yeah, so he was like, he's not polished, you know what I mean? So it's like, if there is something out there, like you asked me to ask her about Claudia, Gary Owens. Well, she already talked about it. Like, I don't even know Gary Owens like that. I don't even know the story. I don't watch House but I've interviewed let me say this. I had another channel and I had an interview. I want to take it off, put it on here. I had an interview where I had this chick that was on the X Factor, right? And so it got to the point where her manager interrupted our interview and he took over. Like, because I asked her, I wanted to know how scripted the show was. Like, because a lot of these shows are scripted. They make people look bad. They make this chick that I look bad that I follow. She's a vocal coach singer. She was on X Factor or whatever. They made her look bad. Like, they made her look like the villain. So I want to know what goes on behind the scenes. That's what I want to know. So, like, if there is a question that I want to ask, or a video that I need to do, and I'm gonna do it. Like I did a video on about the mistress, Sharina Hudson, being in the same club as Wendy Williams back in 2018. Like, well, I did a video back in 2018, but this happened before 2018. And her team blocked that video from YouTube. They blocked it, So I'm not scared to go against the grain, but at the same time, I have boundaries. Like I'm not about to talk about kids. I'm not about to talk about children, and I'm not about to talk about somebody dying. Like I don't need to click finding out somebody just passed away. That's to me, that's going lower than the low. There's boundaries, you know what I mean? But, I'm not scared of cursing out Meghan McCain. I'm not scared about talking about her, calling her different name. I don't give a damn. I don't care because, I'm petty like that, but at the same time, I'm like a mix. I'm a mix of, if you want to put me in a category, I'm like a mix of a Wendy with a little bit of Oprah inside of me, How so? Because I talked about the whole cheating thing. I feel like if he was messy, I feel like he would have got more. Clicks on that video, but he wasn't. So, if he wants to be like a Ryan Seacrest or like a Mario Lopez, that's his right. If that's what he wants to be in the industry, making connections. Me personally, if I have to, and to me, that's kind of like selling your soul in a bit. But me personally, if I had to ask a question and then I don't want to because I want to be connections, to me, it is like, well, like, nah, that's not how I roll. That's not what I want to do. Like the chick yesterday, I asked, I was like, how you make your money? I asked her uncomfortable questions, whatever, but she didn't want to answer. But I was like, well, like, I just want to know, like, I like to know how artists make their money. You know what I mean? Especially if you're independent, because it's a struggle out here, or it can be a struggle out here. So it's like, people have different ways about them. Like, if they want to be like a Ryan Seacrest, a Jason Kennedy from E, whatever, Mario Lopez, or if they want to go to the parties, like Hollywood parties and all that shit, whatever, that's on them. But me personally, I'm here for the people. I have respect at the same time. Like I'm gonna respect the guest or respect the person because they could have went on any show. But at the same time, I'm here for y'all. Like I'm here for what people want to know, and I'm here for what I want to know. So it's like, that's just how it is. There's different. That's why I had the utmost respect for Wendy Williams, because it's like people till this day, people that are big in the industry still don't give her the credit that she deserves. You know what I mean? And I don't give a damn. I know she blocked my video. I know her team blocked my video. for sure. And I know she watched my channel like a couple times because she mentioned certain things on Hot Topics that I covered on the channel. But at the same time, like, you can't take away her success and like her being herself and stuff in the industry. I have no damn filter. I don't do this for views or clicks. I'm like this in person. When I was working at Taco Bell, I had my man was like, boy, you have no fucking filter, because I would be asking customers questions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm very inquisitive. I'm just nosy. I don't know, curious, whatever you want to call it. I just want to know stuff, you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm doing it for, like, I'm just curious. That's all. Like, I like to know people's stories and stuff like that. So she did kind of throw shade the other day, though. Wendy Williams, whatever. She was like, her and Suzanne talk behind the scenes of certain people that try to be like her. And that kind of like reminded me of a certain YouTuber that I watched. I'm like, well, maybe they're talking about her, because when that story broke out about what's his name, Derek Jackson, about his side chicks and everything, they never gave Tasha K her credit, although she broke the damn story. So I thought, well, maybe she's talking about Tasha K or whatever. I don't know. But it's like, nah. It's like what she do on Hot Topics is not hard. It's not hard. Like, I guess for me, I don't see it as hard to talk in front of the camera for 30 minutes Hot Topics. A lot of people call that a talent. Joy Behar calls that a talent. But like, I've been on here over an hour talking. You see what I mean? So to me, it's not like, it could be a talent. I don't know. I have Stockholm Syndrome. When you don't give yourself credit or whatever, I guess that's what it's called, Stockholm Syndrome. So it's like, I guess it is a talent, because a lot of people can't talk. A lot of people can't speak in front of people. A lot of people can't articulate or speak in a way where people can understand and stuff like that. So it's like, I guess that's a talent. I don't know. Y'all tell me, but I think it is a talent. I think it is, because like, a lot of people were complaining about the whole TGIF, like the fan person that came on. A lot of people was like, do not have another person on. And when I watched it, I was like, why is this person even on? It's not mixing well. The chemistry's not even like, she wasn't uncomfortable, but she wasn't really like engaged or intrigued in the stories, whatever. So that's why Claudia was like, well, we got to see about it, because a lot of fans were pissed off. But I think if they bring me on, it's going to be a different ballgame. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so... you crazy, Miss Banks. I don't know. Like, I just don't give myself credit. Like, even when people are telling me, oh, like, you grew your channel, I'm just like, yeah, well, I only have 30 subscribers. But it's hard, y'all. It's hard to get even 1,000, like 100. Like, it's hard. Like, your first 100 subscribers is a challenge. Your first 1,000 subscribers is a challenge. And really, like, after you hit that 1,000 mark, which a lot of people don't get, that's when that's when the algorithm really starts to put you out there and people start noticing your channel. But it's just like, it's difficult. Like, it's hard, whatever. But, I have that Palestinian blood in me where I'm dedicated and like, so. Well, it's not that she didn't know much about pop culture, but they did talk about certain topics where she did chime in. I think it was a speech issue. I think it was like an articulation issue where it's just like, it just really didn't mix. Like, Funky didn't even up, very articulate. Al Reynolds, articulate as well. Claudia Jordan, she says her 2 cents and stuff like that. She speaks well as well. So it's like, when you have somebody on, it's like ruining that dynamic. And it's hard. Like, it's hard to bring somebody on for the first time, or even hire somebody on for the first time as a host, where you got to get used to their new dynamic. Because, like, it took me a while to get used to, like, certain shows that I watch where somebody get fired and somebody gets bring on, and it's like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. It's kind of like music. When you listen to a music the first time, you may not be feeling it. And then later on down the line, you're like, you know what? You start liking the music. You start liking that type of music. You see what I mean? So that's me anyways. That's my perspective on it. But I'm not about to be a dumbass and not be prepped on what's going on in pop culture or whatever, and go on like a show that gets a lot of views. I'm not about to be a dumbass about it. He's brilliant, but he's a little biased when it comes to certain people because of the money. Because, like, if you represent certain clients, if you're like a financial advisor and you got a story on a certain person, an individual, then I find him, he cool. Like, but I find him to be a little biased. Like, because, like, if you represent people's finances and stuff, and then there's a story on them, or maybe an acquaintance, or maybe somebody in the industry that can potentially be your client, it's like, well, you're going to tame the story as polished as you can because you don't want to offend nobody or lose that client. So, but I don't know. That's just my take on it. I noticed that when I watched the show. Even Claudia said something about it. She's like, yeah, you know, you trying to get that bunny. That's why you talking the way you talking. But yeah, that's the whole notion on that situation, y'all. I say people just be who they want to be, do what you want to do. Like if I was interviewing Wendy right now, I would simply ask her, well, why did you lie about the mistress? Why did you go on Andy Cohen's show and say that you didn't know the mistress when you actually were in the same club and you knew her? Like, why would you lie? You know? Well, fuck that. I don't have Stockholm syndrome. It's called what? It's called imposter. My bad. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Some people do fall in love. That's kind of that can happen. Yeah, he's smart. He's really smart. Like, he's really smart. You know. Thank you, Ms. Banks. I appreciate it. Yeah, but I mean, if you're on a show talking about pop culture, then I'm just like, it took me like 1 or 2 shows to actually get used to him, because I'm like, why is he on here? Like, he's too polished. He's like a Sarah Haynes to me. Doesn't really bring nothing to the show. Like, it took me a little while, you know, but now it's like I can, like, he's needed. Like, it took me a little while. Like, it took me a long while, actually, to find Sonia Halston needed on The View. But I started to like her even more. And when she talked about I respected her more when she talked about the Palestinian stuff. And then I was like, you know what? She's only the one. She's literally like every day, she's the only person consistently talking, doing her research, you know, looking up shit, you know, and stuff like that. You know, the only person on the show that's consistent with her research, you know. So, JT, you came in late. You came in late, JT. But yeah, that's the whole narrative on that whole situation. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Oh yeah, y'all. I don't know how y'all doing on your weight loss journey, but I've lost 10.6 pounds, you know, so far. You know what I mean? I lost a little over 10 pounds. I weighed on myself on a scale, and I'm still doing it. I ain't even eat my meal yet. I was getting a little late. I gotta go get my meal. Yeah, she does her homework, you know what I mean? So that's why I like her too. Yeah, I don't fall in love with, you know, I didn't even know what that is. I gotta look that up. Shit. You gotta replay the live. You gotta replay it and put it in the middle. But anybody want to send me another super chat? You look, I'm hustling. But yeah, I don't give myself credit because I don't like how my live streams are. Like, I want it to be more like a talk show type of feel, you know, like more presentable and everything. You know, and I want to give like my YouTube channel that type of presentation as well. So I know it takes time, like you said, and I'm not bashing myself or anything, but I just wanted to be better, you know. I wanted to be better. So, and it's funny because I can actually try to make it be better. Like, you know, I can go to my old school, go to their filming program, talk to somebody in production or whatever, see if they can help me, give me some tips on lighting, give me tips on whatever design or whatever, make it look good, technology, stuff like that. You know, so, but yeah, you got to go, JT, you got to go to like the middle or something of the clip, you know. But well, technically I'm not starting out, you know, but I procrastinate. That's my problem. Why are you feeling different? At first, I kind of was like, well, why is she there? Like, you know, because like The reason why I said that was because whenever they ask her a legal question, it's like it's all general stuff. She doesn't really like, give you the legal parts of it. It's like very like general and stuff like that. So I mean, but over time, it's just now, she does her research, and I kind of was a little petty about it. I was petty because I tried to interview her. I did say I want to interview her on Twitter, and she liked it. You know what I mean? But like her team was like, she can't do it. They didn't say why she can't do it. It's like she just can't. She can't. But so, maybe sometime. I'm not really sure. But yeah. So. Because I was watching that other YouTuber chick, and I saw her thing. Like, there's nothing in a blog saying that Meghan McCain's marriage is on the rise. Of like, where did she get that from? Like, I didn't watch her clip or whatever, but I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate it. This week, I was like, I want to be in the 220s. So I'm like 231 now. So I mean, I have until Monday to make it 3 weeks. So I mean, I never know, but I know for sure by next week I'm gonna be in the 220s for sure. So I don't want to go down like I did before. I don't want to go to 150, 160. I probably want to go to 200 maybe. And I've been saying this for like 3-4 years, y'all. I want to like, either get a personal trainer, a one-on-one personal trainer, or like find a gym and get trained there or whatever, because I don't know shit about weights. I ain't trying to hurt myself. Or something like that. You know what I mean? So sometimes I want to make a second YouTube channel and talk about weight loss, because now weight loss is trendy since summer's coming. But I'm like, do I really want to do that? I don't know if I want to start another channel and talk about weight loss. I'm not really sure, like, because I know it's trendy right now. So a lot of people are looking up foods to eat and weight loss and stuff like that. I'm 5'9", so with BMI now, I'm still overweight. But BMI for my height, they're like for 125 to 169. That's average weight. 125 for a fucking man, that's not average weight, at least not for me, because I was 150 and I looked really skinny. So I think those numbers could be a little bit, those numbers are kind of like, they're not real. Like, there's no way 120 for a man, 125? Come on now. But, and then again, somebody could be muscular. You see what I mean? Not me, but somebody could be built, like muscular built. So it's not like BMI is full of shit. So, but anyways, y'all, I'm about to get off. I want to make another video because it's, I'm kind of late today. Yeah, it's thin, but with the BMI, it says 125 to 169, so see, in school, I was always around that weight, like 180, 185, but I was still fat. Like, I had like, like my stomach, and like I can hide it really well. Like, especially in high school, I used to hide my weight, my stomach weight. But I was still fat at that weight. You know what I mean? So that's why I say now I want to get to like 200 and find me a personal trainer, like a one-on-one personal trainer or something, I want to lift weights. I want to do stuff. I don't know. We don't see. Because when I lost all that damn weight, I still had like fat. Like, I had boobs. My boobs, like my stomach was skinny. And even like, I can go back to the videos in the past. Like, whenever I was in push-up position, like my stomach would I can see like my stomach would flab. Like, I would have flabby stomach. You see what I mean? So I don't want to have that same experience. But anyways, y'all, I appreciate your $100. If you give me another $100, I'll go on another live tonight. I'm joking. But yeah, so I want to get to 200. Because I'm fat, y'all. Like, I'm not ashamed of my weight. I don't care. I talk about it. That's another thing. A lot of people are like, oh, they're ashamed to see my culture. Like, Straight up, you're gaining weight, you're fat, whatever. Like, I don't care. It's like that. Like, I got to the point where I was close to a size 40 in the waist. Like, I'm a size 38, you know. Like right now, the pants I have on now is 38, and I think it's a little tight because drying it, you know, I don't put it on light dry, I put it on like hot dry, whatever. But like it came to the point where 38 was even fucking tight on me, you know. And I'm just like, I can't be doing this. Like this is just like insane. I shouldn't be a size 38, you know, at 5'9". Boobs, moves, whatever, you know. Yeah, so. Yeah, like, and it's like I don't look bad. You see what I mean? Like I don't look bad or whatever. It's not that I just me. It's not. I'm not doing it for anybody. I just me personally. I don't like it. Like I don't like the weight. You know, I don't like the weight at all. And when I lost all that damn weight, y'all, one time I was taking out the trash at my job. You know, they had a little cart where I was pushing. I was running. I was like, God damn! Like my speed increased. Like I was running so quick. You know. Yes, Dawn, you're on live, but yeah, it's you missed the beginning. So I take super chats too, just by the way. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah, what you mean? That's one thing. One critical thing I want is a wash and dryer in my apartment. If I didn't want that, I would probably have another place now. That's the one they gotta have it there already. My first one did and my second one did. Yep. I don't play no games. I'm not about to buy me one and then have to take it out and move when I move. That's too much. So there's only two of them out of the complex the quadruplex I stay in. There's only two. One here and one across from me. The other two people upstairs, they don't have one, you know. What? Hey, I'm new at this, guy. So throw Mr. A bone. Throw you a bone. Are you new to this channel or new to the live stream? But yeah, so like I'm about to get off. Thank you guys such for the support. I get a lot of trolls in my comments, y'all. Like I got one tell me yesterday that I mispronounced. I call her Kamala, right? But it's Kamala. You know, but whatever. You know. So one person told me I need to move to another venue because I get a lot of trolls. Nah, what you mean? I'm not about to switch. I'm not about to switch channels. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much. I'm gonna post another video, you know, and then because it's getting a little later, and I'm trying to get on my video game. You know what I mean? So like I did yesterday, I was on it yesterday. Yesterday I was exhausted. 3 videos plus the interview. So yeah, so. Deuces. Yay!